This is Stephanie at Hightower Stitching. Today's video is creating sturdy, inexpensive templates for machine quilters. I had purchased a set of motifs templates, and they came with about three templates and then a ruler foot to go on my machine. And I used it and I used it. And then I started looking at the others online that you could get. And I started seeing people say, well, you know, I bought a set, but I only used two of them all the time. And I thought, okay, I don't know how long I'm going to be in this making quilts and doing all this, although I've quilted all my life. But I thought, I wonder if I've got a way around this, because when I used to work, we would create signs using Luan hardwood, plywood. And my husband had some down in the basement. So I said to him, I said, would you try to make me a template? And let's use that light, nice plyboard that we had left. So this is the first template that he cut out for me. And it is 1/4 of an inch. And when we got it finished, we added some sandpaper to the back so that it wouldn't slide around. And I went ahead and tried it on this piece of purple fabric. And you can see this makes a nice big motif. That's kind of nice because I have a tendency to go real small. And I thought, well, this might make me use a larger scale on my quilts. And so I made all of that pattern. And then I went in there and I played with it to see what kind of things that I could put inside, how many uses that I would get out of this particular template. And now we're going to move down to the new part of my sewing room, which has become the scroll room, where my worker is. As you can see, he's already started on one, just for you to see. This is going to be interesting because it's really curvy. The plyboard he's using is a hardwood plyboard, and it, for a 2x4 piece, costs about $20. Just leave it sit for a minute. After he finishes a piece, then he takes sandpaper and rubs the edges so they're nice and smooth, and will go easily with the ruler foot. So what can an ordinary person and his scroll saw do? Here's my bucket. It's called Bert's Hand Cuts for Mom. And here's partial pile of those. And every time he'd do one, then I would practice and see what I could get. And I have kind of pushed him on a lot. You can see this bottom curve became this curve. And then when I flipped it over and went back the other way, I had this great kind of a rope-like. Then we did a tulip. Then I had him cut the jigsaw. Let's see, here it is. It goes right there. And when I turned it over, I got the other side. And so I got something that was some boxes. And we never threw anything away. We had an oval right here. And then we had another piece that we had cut out. And it's going to fit in another place, like maybe right here. And I actually used that to make a scallop on one of them. One of my favorites was just a plain circle. He made a plain circle for me, and then I went in there and decorated. And I think what made it fun for me was the circle was bigger. And so I had taken a big space, had broken it down into a large space, and then was able to go in there and be a little creative with some of those different motifs I've found online. And here were two of my favorites. This star-like pattern that when you get ready to go around it, it actually rounds out as you go around it. It doesn't stay pointed like that. And then I went in and filled those in. And again, you can see I just keep going. I just have this tendency to want to fill up all the spaces. Another one of my favorites that when we started, it was the Baptist fan. And I thought maybe I had pushed him over when he did this one, but here's my Baptist fan. And when you move it, you can see what a neat pattern I changed it into and used. And then that one, of course, when you go around that motif, you go in an extra 1/4 inch. It makes it larger. So then on another one, I just traced the fan and stitched it, and then went in and filled on the inside. And just when he thought that I had run out of ideas, here comes one, and it really turned out not to be hard to cut out. That was great. And when you move it, and I stitched it, then I went in and I made each one of the pinwheels a different pattern so I could look at it later. And one of my favorites was this one with the 4 points on it. And so I thought I'd show you how easy it works. And this board is 1/4 inch, so it works great. And I've got my ruler foot in, and I've already started going around. And I'm going to go down to this corner. Main thing is to take your time, set your machine so that you don't have to speed along, and you can control what happens. And then remember, like always, when you're doing some free motion, to stop and reposition and get your hands in a good place. That makes a difference. But that also gives you a little room to jiggle this, that if you, for some reason, and I have, because I wanted something to meet one time, I actually moved the template, and these are so nice and solid. And if you're just real gentle, you go around and you can just sail around the corner and then go up, and you're back to the beginning. I'll turn it around here now. You can see how it looks from that direction. I had worked at reproducing the same thing that I had done on another one where you couldn't see. And here I had my 4 points, and when I took it off, I connected in between there and went in and did a fill. I did some circles, did some flowers, and then I did some echoing around the outside. And the purpose of this video was to show you some sturdy, inexpensive templates for machine quilters that's made at home. This is Stephanie at Hightower Stitching. Everybody have a great day.